This is Bob Phillips, and I'm going to talk to you about don't fumble the football, just catch the ball. Now, first of all, I apologize as a high school former college football coach that we're not outside because I didn't have the camera to be able to shoot anything outside, and obviously my little cell phone that I'm doing probably not going to work it wouldn't work outside because you kind of lose me, which may not be a bad thing. But we're going to talk about how to catch football, how to catch a punt, how to catch a kickoff, and how to catch a pass as a receiver. Since most of us seem to be football fans nowadays, you know, it's amazing how many people, everybody follows the game one way or another. If you're in Minnesota, unfortunately you're a Viking fan. If you're in Dallas, forget that. And if you're in Philadelphia, you're like my Philadelphia Eagle fan. And as you watch a game, the most important thing you got to know is that mistakes will kill you. Whether it's a mistake on offense, whether it's a mistake on defense. The majority of offensive mistakes you'll see is somebody fumbling the ball or not catching the ball properly as my two dogs go crazy in the background. They're kind of like my fans. So the first thing you want to do is talk about how to catch a kickoff. And what you have to remember is, and you'll see it on TV all the time, now the kicks are way, way back. Nobody's actually returning a kick because the kicker's legs are so strong and they're kicking from a shorter distance. But in case you're back there to catch a kickoff, and the ball's coming, you have to know, the average fan needs to know that catch a kickoff, the ball is coming in traditionally really soft. And what we teach our kick returners is to just keep nice balance, keep focused on the ball, always watch the ball, there's no magic to it. And as it comes, you welcome the ball into your hands in a cup-like manner, cradle it like this, always little finger to little finger, pull it in, hold it tight to your body, not out here, because out here anybody that hits you, the ball's going to pop loose. Always high and tight, 5 points of pressure, which I really can't get into now, but that's the theory behind it, and it makes it really difficult. So again, you catch it little fingers together, you look the ball in, you catch the ball, don't let it hit here and pop out because of the shoulder pads hitting you. Catch the ball, bring it in, say hello to your best friend, and then you'll have blockers. We have a blocking scheme set up for every kickoff return, and you'll have people theoretically doing what they do best, which usually doesn't work that way. That's why you see people coming down and call the bomb squad and killing the poor kick returner. But that's how you do it. Just bring it in, keep your feet balanced, keep your legs balanced, and get ready to rock and roll with that ball in your hands. The crowd's cheering. It's a pretty exciting time. Now, to catch a punt. Similar situation, you're back there isolated with maybe one other person, much like a kick return, and the same thing happens. That ball's kicked way up in the air, and it's sometimes a little difficult because the punt usually has different action on the ball. Sometimes it'll go like this, sometimes it'll go sideways. A lot of times it'll be raining, it'll be snowing, it'll be windy, and all heck breaks loose catching a punt. It's a much different trajectory than when you're just catching a nice pristine kickoff off a tee. Once a punter uses this leg motion to kick the ball, we never know where it's going to go. So you've got your buddy back here on your right or your left. And how you catch a punt is the same way that you would catch a kickoff. Bringing it in little finger to little finger like this, cradle the ball. Do not try to catch a punt like this, because if you're trying to catch a punt this way, chances are you're going to bobble the ball's going to hit you here, all heck breaks loose. So always be in position. Always be in position to catch that punt as it's coming down like I just did. That was a little interesting throw. But any way you do it, you want your hands like this, bringing the ball right to your body. Punt catching is a little more difficult than kickoff catching. But in reality, I think in my 4 years as a high school player, 1 year as a JC receiver, I never dropped a ball. I just didn't drop a ball. And if you're any good at what you're doing, you won't either. But you have to stay focused, eyes on the ball, concentrate. If you can't see it, you got to rely on your friend over here or over here to say to your left, to your right, or poison. If it's a really short kick and there's no way to return it, you yell poison so the ball doesn't bounce and hit you and the other team can recover. So there's communication factor on punt returns. But always the most important aspect is keep your hands like this. Do not let the ball hit you up here, but go to the ball and make the catch. On a punt, you catch and you seat. You catch and you seat. That means you have the ball really secure and ready to go. You don't necessarily have to seat on a kick return because the ball comes in a whole lot softer. It's kind of amazing how soft it flies. The third aspect that I want to talk about is catching a pass. Many receivers, whether they're halfbacks in the backfield, a fullback, whatever they are, a slot back or a wide receiver, catching a pass, the most important thing you got to remember is when you come up to the line of scrimmage, you and the quarterback are the only two people in the whole world who know the play as far as the opposition. They don't know what's going on. So you as a pass receiver always have an opportunity as a wide out or wide receiver, a tight end, whatever. You know where you're going. He on the other side, that defensive guy, he has no idea what you're doing. So it's kind of cool. You have that advantage. And the QB, the quarterback, knows the same thing because he's the guy that's called to play. So the most important aspects, and I'll put the ball down for a second, but the most important aspects is when you come up to the line of scrimmage and you're in a position, I always put my outside foot up just because I do. You can put your inside foot up. It's all relative to what your coaching does. You're looking at the quarterback, and a lot of times you've got your hands loose, you're ready to explode off that ball. Traditionally, a defensive back may be what we call press coverage. He'll be nose to nose with you, or he may be in a cover 2, cover 3, 10 yards off the ball. If he's 10 yards away from me, that's exciting for me because I'll give a signal to my quarterback, or he'll give a signal to me and say, hey, Bob, go about 8 yards, turn, boom, and catch the ball right away. Take that 8-yard play. But however you do it, whenever you're going to catch a football, the most important thing you have to do is remember, look the ball into your hands. Look the ball. That means as you're running out, whatever pattern, if you're running a quick slant that way, or if you're running a go pattern, which we call a bomb or whatever, you're running a little hitch, which is like 5 yards, you turn it around. Whatever you're doing, locate the ball. Keep your eyes on where the quarterback is, because he may be short. He may not be 6'4". So locate the quarterback, locate the ball, and then look the ball into your body. Look the ball into your body. Now, when you're catching a pass, you can go like this, as opposed to strictly little finger. You can go thumb to thumb. Depending on where the ball is, you may have to make a one-handed grab. Whatever it is, you need to look at the ball, bring it in. Look at the ball and bring it in. That's the biggest mistake a lot of receivers do. They want to, they see the ball coming and all of a sudden they want to run without catching it first. I suggest you catch it first because without the ball, the play's over. So coming off the ball, meaning getting a good jump, as soon as that quarterback calls that signal and you go, you're flying. You know where you're going. That's the neat thing. So as a receiver, you've got the big advantage. All right, but after you're out there, make sure you look the ball in, bring it in again, high and tight, like we talked about punt and kick return. High and tight. 5 points of pressure, which really is your fingers, the palm of your hand, your wrist, your forearm, and up here in the bicep. You keep it close to your body. It's 5 points of pressure. You want it high and tight, never loose and out here, because invariably all heck's going to happen. When somebody hits you, that ball's going to go flying. They're going to recover it. So look, the things you got to remember anytime, whether you're catching a punch, whether you're catching a kickoff, or whether you're just catching a pass from a quarterback, just catching a pass. That's the most exciting thing in football, is to look the ball in, bring it close to your body, your best friend, high and tight, look the ball in, little finger to little finger on punt and kickoff, and any way you can catch a ball as a receiver, thumb to thumb, little finger to little finger. That's it. That was, I don't know how long it took, but that's the best I can do in a short period of time. I'm sorry we're not outside. God bless. Thank you very much. Bye.